We're back on the red carpet, and I'm here with Bonnie and Glenn, who are here in support of a special guest. Who is your special model tonight?
Valeri Merritt.
And what is her relationship to you?
She's my daughter.
Aww. And this is her sweet husband. So you've been to an event you mentioned before.
Last year. For your niece.
So what do you expect to see tonight?
Valeri on the red carpet.
She's going to do amazing. Would you guys like to say anything special to her?
Go for it, girl.
I like it. Go for it, girl. Okay. Well, you guys go relax. Have a good time. It's going to be great. Right over this way.
Hi, I'm Valeri Merritt, and I was diagnosed with breast cancer in 2016. I had 6 or 8 months, I can't really remember how many chemo treatments that I took, but I had 36 radiation treatments that really tore me up. I couldn't have made it through without my family. My sister and my cousin and my best friends came, my niece and daughters. They all surrounded me with love and support, and my church family took me to all my appointments and made sure that I was getting food brought to my house, and it was wonderful to see the love surrounding me. I want to thank my mama and for her support and love that she carried me through again, a hard time. A special thanks for Dr. Wall, Allison Wall in Gulfport, Mississippi. She was my oncologist, and she jumped right on my case and absolutely took every precaution and hit me hard so that I wouldn't have to go through further treatment, hoping that this catches it and it doesn't go further. This was a hard journey with my husband and I. He was wonderful. He loved me through it and stood by my side. And I love him to the end of the earth. And this is my story. The Marine Corps brought my daddy to Camp Lejeune, North Carolina in the late 50s and 60s. I was born a middle child of an older sister and a younger brother. Unfortunately, I was exposed to toxic, poisoned water, which ended up in my bottles, my baths, and any other source of water for a baby. This is where my cancer journey began. It was 50 years before my first symptom. Overall, I had a normal childhood with cousins and friends all around. I always was a bit loud and bossy, but I made lifelong friendships that are still a big part of my life today. I was and still am a mama's and a daddy's girl. They are why God is the greatest importance throughout my life. Our family settled in Memphis. All my roots are there. I remember going to school, crossing the picket line to go to class during the desegregation. Because the teacher strike, it would be just me and another kid in my classroom. I learned at a very young age what race relations were. During this time, my mom was working and going to school to be a nurse, and I had to go to school no matter what. My mother was the greatest example for me. She worked hard to provide for her kids, and she never wavered from her faith in Jesus. Daddy was the greatest spiritual leader that a girl could ask for. He was the best example of what a good Christian man should be. Mom and Daddy divorced when I was 11. It was one of the most devastating things in my life. Mama always encouraged me to have a good relationship with my daddy, which I did. And I was blessed to have him in my life until God called him home to heaven 2 years ago. I was married when I was 19 years old. I had my daughter at 21 and was divorced at 22. I thought my world was over, but I was wrong. I was just getting started. Being a mother at 21 to my daughter was one of the most rewarding things in my life. Although we did have our ups and downs, she was one of God's greatest gifts to me, and I love her to the deepest core of myself. She has challenged me in so many ways that I cannot explain. I would not have been able to raise my daughter without my mother. So I moved back home and went to school and work. Still, my faith remained strong, and I knew I could always count on Jesus to guide me. Of course, I strayed from him here and there, but I always knew he had me. I got my cancer diagnosis when I was the happiest time in my life. I was married to a great guy, gained 2 bonus daughters. My life with my husband Glenn, my daughters Sheena, Kristy, and Kimberly, and my grandchildren was happy. I was right with the Lord and going to church, doing the things I was supposed to be doing, and loving on people. My prayer life was strong, and the most important thing to me, I knew God would get me through this. I often hear when people get diagnosed with cancer that they get angry with God. That didn't happen to me when I got my breast cancer diagnosis. My sister and cousin, niece, and friends surrounded me, but I also got help for the emotional part of my illness. Thank God that was available for me. My advice is to lean into God's arms when you're in need, and especially when you're not in need. He will never leave or forsake you. Trust God. He knows the plans He has for each one of us. Each pain and heartache is temporary. Never, never give up on your dreams, and know that God has plans all laid out for you. Try to be the kindest person that you can be to others, especially the people who are less fortunate. Find the beauty in every human being. Like my granddaughter, Maddie, said to me when she saw the picture of me laughing, "Mimi, you're so beautiful." It's so you. I love that she can recognize the joy in me and know that it's God's gift of inner and outer beauty for me. Just like Mom and Daddy taught me, there's a lot of life ahead of you, and you can do anything and be anything you want to be. Just keep on laughing and smiling your way through this life.
Amazing. Second time coming, definitely coming again next year.
What was your favorite part?
Oh, getting to know my Unite sisters better this year, and in chapel hearing the inspiring stories from our amazing warriors who, they say God gives his biggest battles to his strongest warriors, and they definitely are that, and they give all the glory to him, and I'm just so thankful for the opportunity.
My favorite part was when we got together and we all danced. You know, we danced with each other. It was so beautiful.
Beautiful. One.